Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, and I would like to welcome you to the Christmas Stampathon 2021. We are so glad to be back this year. We've added a few new, a new design team member, and we've welcomed back a few more as well, so you will get lots of inspiration this year to go along with our monthly challenges. So starting with our January challenge, we are casing a card. So I will add a photo of the card here that we are casing to the front of the catalogue, and casing basically means copy everything and share. So what I have done from that photo, I have taken the strips and the focal image from there, and I've changed the sentiments up a bit, but I've taken that middle section of the card with the repeated stamping that I have done with the Brushed Blooms stamp set. I've taken the sentiments from the Poinsettia petals, and the two tree die cuts are from Nature's Roots and from In the Woods stamp sets. I've grounded with some Stampin' blends I've added, and I'm going to see if I can show you here. I've added in some shimmer to our tree using both Champagne Mist and Frost White. So I just showed you the Frost White, which gives a really nice shimmer, where the Champagne gives a bit more glittery look. I've added in some vellum with a little tree and used my Stamparatus to stamp the sentiments. These are the colors I've chosen: Real Red, Shaded Spruce, Garden Green and Mossy Meadow, and they go together so well. So let's get started. So I'm starting off with the Brushed Blooms stamp set, and I'm going to stamp the background. Sorry, I'll just pop all these things to the side, pop these stamp sets here so you know which ones I'm using. Bring in, I have used our Very Vanilla card base here, so our thick Very Vanilla, and I don't want to make a back to front card, so just quickly open these. So I've got my 3 greens. So I started off with the Mossy Meadow at the top. I'll also add in one of our cards here. So the Mossy Meadow at the top, then our Garden Green, and then the Shaded Spruce, which is right here. And I've just used that one stamp repeatedly. And of course, I don't have my stamp cleaner ready, but we're just going to go with it. So I'm going to stamp first with the Mossy Meadow, and I'm kind of know where I'm stamping, which is a good thing. So give that a nice stamp. I'm going to stamp this off to the side here. Because we're using greens, we can go into the next colour without too much issue. And I have given that a really nice stamp off. So you just want to make sure this is nicely inked up. I have also flipped the stamp. So you can see we've got the V end going one way, and then we've got it going the next way, just to add some interest. So now I am going to grab the Shaded Spruce and go back the other way. So that is our background stamped. Just going to pop all these ink pads to the side, and the whole purpose of this challenge is for you to get ready with your Christmas cards. So we encourage you to make at least 4 Christmas cards. I think I've made about 13 of these, because I do know exactly how many Christmas cards I will need at Christmas time. So I have set up our sentiments from Poinsettia petals in the Stamparatus. So I'm just going to open that. And I know a lot of you suggested in our questions with what we can do challenges for about using designer series paper, our beautiful pattern paper. And this challenge will be great to create a block of designer series paper to act as our paint swooshes like I have. Okay, this stamping is going to be perfect because I eyeballed my stripes and they are a little lower than all the other cards that I have done, but that's okay. So just using the real red, I will most likely have to stamp this twice. I found with all my stamping, I got best results in stamping this twice. Oh, that didn't ink down at all. Oh, do you want to know why? I don't have my stamp pad in here. I thought these were red rubber stamps when I was setting up. So pop in the pad and do a take two. How about that? So this, that's pretty good. We will give it a second go to get that nice and crisp. Okay, and if we need a third time, we can do that as well. It's the joys of using the Stamparatus is you've got those extra goes for precise placement. So the Warm Wishes isn't perfect, but I'm happy with that because it's a handmade card. So we've got that, and what I wanted to show you next is the treatment that I have given to our trees. So what I have done with our Stampin' spritzers, I have put in a drop of our champagne mist and a drop of our frost white, 1 inch in each spritzer, and then I have filled it with rubbing alcohol, so they are beautiful and shimmery, ready to go. And I just have a bit of a splat box here, and I'm just going to lie these trees down, and they won't take long to dry because of the rubbing alcohol. Just give them a bit of a shake so there's nothing left on the ends. Okay, and we just go spritz, spritz there. So that's our champagne. Look at all the ink I just got on my hands. You'd think I'd been in a bloodbath, but I have not. And now we do our frost white, which gives that nice shimmery effect. And you can see this one is almost dry already. So I will pop these out. Just bear with me. Pop those out. I didn't prepare one earlier, but that's okay. I am, though, because I am wearing a white top, I am just going to see if I can get this extra ink off my hands. So we do hope that you play along with us and you're able to make 4 cards, and we just ask you post your cards over on Facebook under the monthly challenge, and we will be sending out random act of kindness cards to everyone who has participated in the month's challenges. Okay, so I have pre-die cut this little tree, which is from, oops, where did that go? This little tree, which is from Nature's Roots. And we are going to pop those on beside the tree with mini glue dots. So nice and easy. I'm using a lot of mini glue dots today, and for some reason I have lost my scissors that I normally use for my mini glue dots. So today we're going to use the Take Your Pick tool, and that will work just as well. So I just want to put the mini glue dot just in the corner of each vellum tree. That did come off, so just the bottom corner. And then what we do is we take our trees, which are pretty much almost dry, and we just pop them behind. So when I pop it on the card, you'll see it's just peeking out. And I do have a second card base that I pre-prepared. And then I'm just going to add a couple more glue dots and adhere it. So as I said earlier, I have already mass produced a number of these cards. It didn't take long. So I did all the die cutting, all the spraying, all the stamping, all at once together. So then it became really nice and easy. So I'm literally just, if this will stick and stay, putting 3 die cuts straight down the middle, and then I will adhere this to the card. And then I will show you how I pop up the die cut branches. It's actually quite easy. Let's see if I can find that tool. And it has, all my things have like quite disappeared. No, not in my basket either. Dear oh dear. They will turn up. They will turn up, I do know that. So let's add these just down the middle in places where they won't impede on my branches popping out. Come on, baby. No, that one is now covered in cardstock and doesn't want to do what it's told. Do you find you have things that just don't want to cooperate? Do you just move on, or do you persist with it? I'd love to hear. Love to hear. And our last one right at the top. Right, perfect. And I just love the way the little vellum tree pops off those stripes. Now I do have a bit of a red mark there, but do you know what? I can totally live with that. So next I am going to go in. You can use a pair of scissors or whatever you have, and just, let's see if I can pop under here and just bend up all these pieces. So I did use a pair of reverse tweezers, which have gone missing in my area, but that's okay. So I bend them quite dramatically to start off with, because I know they are going to naturally bend back. So you could put a piece of foil or a piece of glimmer paper underneath so you can see like a peekaboo through there, or you could add another piece of pattern paper. There are lots of things that you can do, or you could just leave it flat if you so wished. Okay, so this one just doesn't want to stay up, so that's that. I will leave the other one flat just to show you. Now I want to take my Stampin' blends and just ground the tree, because it looks like it's floating a little bit. So I have taken my light smoky slate and just putting a couple of stripes, well, not onto the next card would be preferable. So just put a couple of stripes, and for me that's a bit bold. So I'm going to take our color lifter and just soften that color. So it doesn't actually lift the colour, it actually pushes the colour deeper into the cardstock, but it does have the lightening effect that I'm after. So I've done that. Now I'm going to take my red rhinestones and just add a couple of decorations to the tree. I'm going to use the other end of my Take Your Pick tool and just pop those on. So you can find our Christmas Stampathon 2021 challenge group over on Facebook. And you just, if you're not already a part of the group, you can ask to join and just answer a few questions so we know you're not a robot. And all of that, and we'll approve you, and you can go back and have a look at our previous, that one just doesn't want to work with me today. You can have a look at our previous challenges in other years and do that. If you've done this month's challenge, you can certainly go back and get inspiration, and I receive a lot of inspiration from everyone's entries into that month. It's amazing. I love seeing what everyone does, and I love the comments that everyone leaves each other. It's really, really inspiring. So pop one here. And these cards are now, once I add these sentiments, these are done. Ready to write, or I won't write them yet. I will pop them in my Christmas card stash, ready to go for October, November this year, and I will know I have, and I will show you the stash of cards. I think I've got one more to make, but I didn't want to take up too much of your time today. So I've made these 4 and all of these. So I've made my 4 plus extras ready to go for Christmas. We really look forward to seeing your entries and having you play along this year with us. Thanks so much for joining me, and have an amazing day. Bye.